Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a pick a card reading to see what your path to millions looks like. Before we dive in, I wanted to share something that I am currently obsessed with. I am loving these bracelets and have been wearing them and using them nonstop to boost my money manifestations lately. These are from Otter, which is a company that I just adore. This is their abundance bracelet pack, which has citrine, pyrite, and golden tiger's eye, which are all crystals that are fantastic for money manifestations. And I've also got their Carnelian solitaire bracelet to add a little extra prosperity energy. Personally, and the reason I wanted to share these with you all today is because I love having physical anchors and touchstones for my money manifestations. Like, I love having jewelry that is not only energetically supportive of my manifestations, but also serves as a physical reminder of what I'm aligning with. Wearing them, touching them throughout the day, adjusting them, it just reminds me constantly to come back to my affirmations, to realign my mindset, to double down or step back into my practices that help me align with and manifest more abundance. So if you want to grab some bracelets or other jewelry to boost your manifestation practices, I highly recommend Otter. They also make a fantastic gift. I've given a lot of their earrings and other jewelry out as gifts, and the recipients just love them. So if you want to shop their selection, I will leave the link to their site below. And when you use code WEALTHY at checkout, you will get 20% off. Now, let's get into the reading. This is a timeless reading, so anytime you find this video is exactly when you need to hear these messages. And as we dive into these readings together, remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So let's run through these decks and their crystals so that you can pick your reading. We have deck number 1 with Tiger's Eye, deck number 2 with Carnelian, and deck number 3 with Chalcopyrite. And yes, these do correlate to all of the gems that I am wearing today. We will be incorporating multiple decks into each of the readings, and I will list all of the decks used in this reading in the description below. You can absolutely watch more than one reading if more than one deck or crystal is calling to you. That just means that there is guidance for you in each of those readings. So pause the video here if you need to. Take however long you need to tune into your intuition to see which of these decks or crystals are just calling to you, and then click the timestamps below in the description or pinned comment to jump to whichever deck or decks you're called to, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, deck number 1. This is your reading to see what your path to millions looks like. We are starting off this reading with a card from my new Cosmic Wealth Codes affirmation deck, which is now officially out of pre-order and hitting bookstores around the world. So excited to get to use that awesome energy to start this reading off and pull some guidance. Let's see. I want to get a read on just where we want to start, where the universe is tuning us into your path for millions. We have, I open myself to the immeasurable possibilities that each moment holds. So what I'm seeing to start your reading off with is that right now you are at a point where there are a lot of different paths you could take to millions. Like from where you stand right now, you've come to, I don't even want to say a crossroads because it's like, I see it more almost like the branches of a tree, right? Like I see you standing, you've led your life, you've made choices that have led you exactly to where you are now. And then there are all these opportunities branching out around you, right? Branching out from where you are now that could lead you to abundance in a lot of different ways. So let's pull some more cards and get deeper into this. But right now you do have, I'm almost getting like you have so many options at your fingertips, whether you realize it or not. I'm getting that most of you who landed here, you might be like, yeah, I know I have a lot of, there are different offers I have on the table, maybe different job offers. I have different streams for money to come to me. I have, different investments. I have different revenue streams. Some of you might feel though, like I'm getting a handful of you here on this reading, like I feel like I'm locked in, like I have one job that's my only source of income, but the universe then is trying to use this reading to get through to you to say like, open yourself up to more because The universe is trying to deliver other options to you, options that are outside of the way that you've normally made money. And so that's the common theme I'm seeing for all of you, is that your millions is going to come from kind of an unexpected path, not necessarily the trajectory you're on now. If it is within the industry or way that you're making money now, it's going to happen in a unpredictable way, in a way that you won't see coming, which is kind of exciting and kind of fun, right? We have Page of Cups. Yeah, so you're really being asked to open yourself up to daydreaming a little bit more. Daydreaming a little bit more about what could be possible for you, about even just, if you've had a certain vision in your mind of here's how I want to make millions, are you married to that? Like, you can still desire it, but the universe is saying, like, loosen up a little bit, because there's a lot of avenues that I've been building behind the scenes that I'm trying to deliver more money to you through. But if you aren't open to it, like, you're going to miss it. You're not going to think that it's a legitimate path to pursue, right? We also have, we have 9 of Cups coming over. Yeah, which is all about, like, getting what we desire, getting our heart's desires, getting those things, the recognition, the success, abundance. Like, this is an overflow of abundance, right? It's like the universe, well, what beautiful confirmation, is saying, like, open yourself up. The avenues are there. The ways the money can flow to you are there. Open up so that I can pour into you. Open up so that I can pour all this abundance into your life in ways that you haven't maybe seen coming. So I see that your millions will come. Your journey to it will be unpredictable. It will not look how you think it's going to look. I get that that's intentional. Like, that's by design. Your soul came here choosing that. I just saw 333 on my phone, so some nice confirmation. Your soul came here choosing that your experience with money, with abundance in this lifetime, would be a matter of you surrendering to different possibilities, of being flexible, of allowing things to come to you in different ways, right? It would also be a journey of unpredictable miracles happening, because it's almost like I'm getting that your soul came here to experience the pleasure, the joy of like walking in a field of miracles, is what I'm getting. Is like walking where it's like you don't know what's going to pop up, what's going to bloom next, what's going to manifest into your life, but it's just like things that take your breath away. That's what I'm getting. The money will come in ways that take your breath away, right? We have the skunk and magnolia protection. And I'm seeing that the universe is saying you are so protected. It is safe. It is safe to open yourself up to money coming from unexpected ways, money coming in ways that you haven't dreamed, money that, like I'm getting too, if you've been told your whole life, especially like the way you were brought up, if you were told like money has to come in a certain way, money has to come in, like the only way to get rich is to invest or to, work at this 9 to 5 and put money into a 401k, or, like if you've been told there's this logical way of doing it, it's almost like I'm getting you're meant to go in a different direction of that. Doesn't mean that that isn't still a valid way that money gets to come to you, but there's something in addition to that. There's other opportunities available for money to come through and in higher quantities. And it's almost like you're here to break societal and generational ancestral beliefs around money, to show the world, to show others around you what's possible when you step away from that rigid way of looking at amassing wealth, right? When you look at it more through the eyes of where can I manifest a miracle? Where can money come through in unexpected ways? Can I break away from that traditional, industry or job that my family has always said, this is the way you make money? For example, I'm getting this guidance coming through from my Arrow Collective, and they're saying, those of you who maybe have felt always that creative pull, or maybe you even are pursuing creative careers or endeavors, but your family maybe always had the story of you can't make money with your art, or we have a lot of that collective story around the starving artist archetype. And I'm seeing that you're meant to actually pursue that path and show your family, show society, that's not the only way that money works for people who are creative. And in fact, you can be wildly wealthy and successful and be a multimillionaire being an artist, right? We already have examples of that in the world, but the world needs more. And that's just an example. You might not be an artist. You might not be a creative, but anywhere where you feel like you have been given stories your whole life that have said you have to make money this way, this is how you are financially successful, you're meant to almost break away from those. You can build on top of them. You can take those on. You can still, again, for example, if the only way to make money in your family's eyes was to be a doctor, and you went and became a doctor, but you're like, the money isn't there, or it's not what I want, or it's not fulfilling, I want to do something else, you can do that in addition. And maybe you still, work some private hours, or you work private practice, or you do something else that you draw on your skills from becoming a doctor, right? And you move into something else. So these are just examples of, it's just like, you don't have to completely, the message here isn't to completely break from everything you were ever taught. It doesn't invalidate everything you were taught about money and how you become wealthy. But it's the clear message I'm getting for you is you're meant to walk a different path. You're meant to show your family, your ancestors, your even your inner child. You're meant to show the world that there isn't just this one path, that it can be done a lot of different ways, that money can come in all sorts of ways. And you are so protected on this path because the universe needs more people like you. That's what I'm getting. The universe needs more people like you following their passions, making money in unpredictable and wild ways to help us all shift the collective money paradigm, to help us all kind of rearrange our minds around what we think is possible and how we think money flows. So you're here to like break a lot of expectations, a lot of limitations. You're meant to be like the living, breathing, walking example of someone who became wealthy in a way that no one thought, that everyone looked at you and said, that can't work. So if you have been pursuing a path that you're like, everyone's telling me it can't work, that could be the way that the money's come to you. Right? It's almost like people being like, that's never going to work. You're meant to prove them wrong. But again, this could also come from a different path that you're not currently on as well. There's a lot of, I honestly see your millions coming, like you becoming a multimillionaire when you embrace money coming in from a lot of different directions, a lot of different avenues, a lot of different income streams and businesses and jobs and investments and things like that. So you are meant to kind of have money coming at you from all angles, which is very exciting. Like money can't stay away from you is what I'm getting. So we have the squirrel and chestnut preparation. Right now, I'm getting that you're at a point where, yes, open yourself up to money maybe coming a different way than you've thought it has to, or that you have been trying to make it come through, knowing that it's safe to do so. You're divinely kind of born to do this. You're designed to do that. But also kind of preparing the avenues for money to come to you in different ways. The universe has already lined them up energetically behind the scenes, right? Is what I'm getting, especially with that Nine of Cups coming out. You're meant to start to, on your end, on the physical end, as a co-creator with the universe, you are at this point in your journey, meant to explore, how can I create different ways for money to come to me? How can I create different income streams? If you already have multiple income streams, how can you create more? Or how can you take them in a different direction? So start preparing those avenues. This doesn't mean, like if you are like, I have a 9-to-5 job, or I work a job and I don't have any time afterwards to work on something else. It's like, but can you invest somewhere, right? Like, let's be clear, I'm not giving specific financial advice here because I'm not a financial advisor, but I am saying that the guidance I'm getting is like, as an example, can you do something that's more passive? Can you put money somewhere or create an income stream that's more passive somewhere else? Really just tuning into your own inner guidance and looking at, where would it feel good to diversify the way money comes to me? Right? And you figuring out what's that aligned action for you, because this is a collective ring, so it's going to be different for everybody. But it's like the universe is like, prepare, create channels, open up ways for money to come to you in different ways, right? Like it's not meant to all just come through one source for you. Your path to millions is going to look like money's coming in from all angles, and they get to build over time too, right? Like they get to the different pathways, they get to expand and build and deepen and pivot and refine over time as well. But I just see that, like, again, it's like this energy of like money is so magnetized to you, but it can't come in if it has nowhere to land, right? If it doesn't have a clear flight path to you. We have the road is clear. You know what to do, walk it your way. This is like the perfect blend of the two different messages that have been coming through so far in this reading for you. Clear the road, right? The road is clear. Clear the road. Clear the different ways for money to come to you. You know what to do. Prepare, create different ways. You already kind of know whatever you've been thinking about, of like, I wish I could do this. Start taking steps toward it. It doesn't mean you have to do it all at once, all overnight, but start taking steps to find different ways for money to open up avenues for money to come to you in different ways, right? But walk it your way. Again, the other message of like, you're meant to do things your way. You're meant to break from the collective, the societal norms, the traditional money teachings, not necessarily leaving it behind, but building on top of it, showing us what's available to us all in addition to the ways we currently know to work with money, right? Like you're meant to expand. That's the the perfect word that's coming through for you. You are an expander. You are meant to expand the paradigms around money to show us there's more that's possible for us than we think there is. So this is really beautiful. I also feel like this money is going to come fast. Like when you start actually being open to money coming in unexpected ways, when you actually start to create ways for money to come to you in different ways, like I just see it coming fast. Like it feels like almost like a fire hose. Like it's gonna be this sudden, there might be a trickle at first, there might be little things at first, but then it compounds, it builds quickly. I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 on my phone for you, so that's some nice confirmation. Yeah, that's the order it'll happen in. It's like a trickle at first, and then it's just like whoosh. Like, and the thing is, I'm getting people will say you're an overnight success. They'll say like, oh, this was an overnight success, or you got so lucky. But the truth is, like, it wasn't luck. It was co-creation with the universe. It was that you claimed this like kind of trailblazing energy and identity and destiny and said, I'm meant to make money outside of what other people say is the way to do it. I'm meant to show them that there's more. I'm meant to show them what else there is available in terms of manifesting wealth into our lives, in terms of creating abundance. And you're going to know that it's like you did the inner work, you claimed that energy, and then you also did the outer work of looking for the aligned ways, the ways that feel aligned to you, to open up multiple ways for money to come to you. And it's like, you'll know this was all behind the scenes in a way. Like people won't necessarily know, have been watching you this whole journey, but as soon as you start having that money pouring in, they're going to look at you and be like, wow, well, it's easy for you. It was an overnight success. And you're like, it wasn't. I worked hard at this, right? We have Get Lost over here coming up, and because it's coming up over there, I'm saying don't get sidetracked by things other people are telling you. This is the way to do it. Even when you start branching out and creating more ways for money to come to you, being more open to things happening in unpredictable ways, going off the beaten path, like even as you start doing that, there will be still people in every kind of different, if you get into investing, or if you get into real estate, or if you get into, like kind of working multiple jobs, or you get into running your business or expanding your business or adding a product, there will be people on every one of those paths trying to tell you this is the way you do it. And it's not that you can't take their advice. It's not that you shouldn't learn from others, but it is that with every piece of advice you take in from others, take it with a huge grain of salt, pass it through your own filter, your own sense of, is this aligned for me? Yes or no? Does this feel right to me? Does this feel correct to me? Does this feel like it expands me rather than contracts me? That is how you'll know when it's right to move on things, right? You have to use your inner sense of guidance. Don't get lost in what other people are saying, but do get lost in your own way, right? So that's really cool. Let's see what else is coming up for you. Remember your crown, Queen. We also have, this is such beautiful symmetry too in the way your cards came out. We have cups, right? We have like these different, I guess more rodent creatures right here, like with our, I don't know, are skunks rodents? I'm not quite sure. Mammals definitely are skunks, and our squirrel, and we also have two, like our white birds, I think maybe cranes, and then swan over here. But these, like a lot of different signs. These could be signs for you along the way. If you're seeing a lot of kind of white birds, a lot of these animals, these could be signs for you. But I also just see that there is, and even here with the symmetry in this card, there's so much balance along this way. Your path to millions isn't going to feel like it's all hustle and burnout, or like it's all complete, you just laid back and everything happened. It's like this beautiful balance of masculine and feminine. It's this beautiful balance of work and play, this beautiful balance of doing and receiving. You're meant to be balanced. So anytime you feel like you're going down a path where you are imbalanced, where you are feeling like you're burning out, it's like you're getting off track. You're getting lost in what other people are telling you to do, or what you think you have to do versus what actually feels correct, which feels expansive to you. Remember, you are an expander. It's like the big thing that my guides keep bringing back to my forefront in your reading here. You are an expander. You're here to expand your own belief and the collective's beliefs around what is possible. You're meant to be a huge inspiration to others. So remember your crown. That's your destiny. You were born to really not just break or rearrange paradigms, but to expand them. That's what you're here to do. You're here to expand into your own wealth, and in doing so, you will naturally expand the collective paradigms. This is really, really beautiful. Don't forget that, right? Don't ever doubt it. There's times when this path to millions it'll feel uncertain to you. It might even feel uncertain now. It'll feel uncertain because, again, a lot of it is playing with the unpredictable, playing with the infinite possibility of things. A lot of it is also you're doing things people have never done before, or very few people have done. You're walking a path very few people have walked before. You are trailblazing, right? You are leading, you are expanding. So of course there will be moments of doubt. Of course there will be moments of, can I do this, or is this going to work? But because this is the beautiful thing about this reading for you, because you are meant to be receiving in so many different ways, not one single way has to work or has to be the thing that makes you multi-millions. It's the accumulation of all of it. So if you should stumble, if you should fail, if a certain venture or a certain job doesn't pan out or doesn't lead to the abundance or success you desire, again, remember, your wealth, your millions will come in a lot of unpredictable ways, but it won't just be like one path. Again, it's like sometimes failing on one path will redirect you or put you on the path to the thing that is that next step to that makes you that $500,000 in a short amount of time, or that couple millions coming in all at once, which leads to more money, which then you invest over here, you do over here with this, and then, right? So remember throughout this journey to your multi-millions that you are destined to be walking this path. So of course, self-doubt is natural. Of course, even failure is part of the process. But you're meant for this. You're meant to be wildly abundant and to allow yourself to be wildly abundant in your own way to show others what's possible, to expand all of us, right? We also have, so perfect, the Champion card coming up from my Wealthy Woman deck, and we also have Eon of Excess. Wow. You living in overflow, you receiving overflow once you reach the millions, once that wave, that deluge of money starts pouring in, right? You're meant to have this, and when it comes in, it's going to be, again, an inspiration for others. It'll be for the highest good of all. So at no point in your journey should you doubt your desire for millions. At no point should you doubt whether it's right for you to have millions, because you're going to do such good with it. And not only will you do good with the money that you have, you will also inspire so many. Again, you'll inspire others with what's possible. This is a huge part, I'm getting, of what you're here to do, your soul is here to do in this lifetime. So let's get one last card from my Cosmic Wealth Codes deck to close out this reading. I live in a reality of overflowing riches. I mean, how perfect. This is, I believe, the only card, in my deck that has like coins on it, that has money on it, right? Like I just see piles of money, stacks of money for you, right? Like overflowing riches. You live in a reality of overflowing riches. And the more that you can start to, honestly, I feel like the more that you start to kind of open up more revenue streams and more ways for money to come to you, even if it's just like you go to more networking events, that's opening up connections with others, right? Like there's just, it doesn't always have to be like a new business or an investment or something. It's like there's so many ways that you can open up to receive money in from different channels, from different avenues. And the more that you do that, probably the more abundant you'll feel, because then all of a sudden now I have an abundance of ways money can come to me. So now you're feeling abundant in the way money can come to you, right? And so then you're on the frequency of abundance, and then you naturally attract more money, and your wealth starts to feel more and more inevitable. The millions, multi-millions feels inevitable, because you're like, how could the money not come? I have so many ways it could come, so many ideas, so many avenues, so many businesses, so many investments, so many connections, so many resources, so many ideas, right? Like it's like, of course, it's coming in. I already have an overflowing richness of ways it can come. Now it's just allowing it to come. So this is incredibly powerful. I saw 2112, some mirrored numbers, which is not always often a number that I see. So that's for you. I saw 1111 as well pop up on my computer as a payment came in. That's amazing. Okay, my loves, you are destined to trailblaze. Your path to millions will look so unique. It will look so incredibly different from the way you were told it has to look, from the way you even think it'll look. But you walking this path and knowing that you're destined to expand all of us and showing us what's possible when it comes to money and living just this like joyful, fulfilled life that's overflowing with riches. It's like you living that is going to change the world. So this is so beautiful, so powerful. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Deck 1. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from this reading. Let me know how it resonated. You are, of course, welcome to subscribe to my channel for videos to help you activate more abundance in your life. I will be sure to leave the link below for the Cosmic Wealth Codes deck and the accompanying journal that we have with it if you want to grab your own copies. When you order either the deck and or journal for Cosmic Wealth Codes, you also get the exclusive Cosmic Wealth Codes subliminals as a free gift. So all you have to do to get that is once you've purchased, you just have to submit proof of purchase to my team to claim the subliminals, and I'll be sure to leave the link to do that below as well. I will also leave the link and discount code for the bracelets that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And with all that being said, I'm wishing you so much love, so much abundance, so much confidence on your path that your wealth is inevitable, that it comes from unexpected and expected sources alike, that it comes to you so many ways, and that you are here to expand not just your own abundance, but what we all believe is possible around money. I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 2. This is your reading to see what your path to millions looks like. We are starting this reading with a card from my new Cosmic Wealth Codes affirmation deck, which is now officially out of pre-order and hitting bookstores around the world. So excited to celebrate that by kicking this reading off with a pull for you from the deck. We're going to get into it and let's see where we're starting this reading from. Where does the universe want to start off this reading for you on what your path to millions looks like? We have my connection to the universe provides the encouragement I need to welcome more wealth. I actually just had a video last week go up on this channel where this card was like the first card out and there was a whole video around it, like with the whole channel reading. So I am going to link that video above so that you can check it out because I feel like there is a message for you there. But this will be very much a very different reading. Already the message I'm getting through with this card for you is that your path to millions is one that is going to be so intertwined with your spiritual connection to the universe. This could mean, for a lot of you who landed here on this pile, it could mean that you are meant to monetize spiritual gifts, that maybe you have a spiritually led business, a business where you teach on spiritual concepts, maybe you're a healer, things like that, like energy work. But I'm also getting some of you are in banking, some of you are in finance, some of you are in stock trading, some of you are in accounting, some of you are in things with like a lot more numbers, a lot more where it doesn't seem like spirituality is at the forefront. But your connection to spirituality, your connection to your faith, to your religion, to your connection to the divine, the creator, God, your higher self, whatever it is you believe, your connection to it is such an important piece of your path to millions. Like it is like the more connected you are to your faith, whatever that looks like for you, to your spirituality, to the universe, right? The more you're connected to the universe, to something greater than just you in this human form, then it's almost like the more money comes in is what I'm getting. It's like almost this direct correlation. Like the more spiritually tuned in and connected you are, the more money comes in. Of course, I'm also getting the guidance of like, that's not the only thing that creates the millions, but it is a huge part of your journey, right? And so I'm getting this message of like, when in doubt, anytime from here on out till the end of your life, right? Like for the rest of time, anytime you are in doubt around money or career or anything really, but especially through the context of making millions, you are being kind of reminded and invited to always come back to God, to source, to the creator, to the universe, to the divine, to your higher self, to whatever resonates the most with you, but you are meant to come back to your connection to the universe because it is from there that you will always find, when you are plugged in to the universe, wow, you will always find the next right step, the next aligned action. You will be in the right place at the right time for the right opportunities, for money to come to you miraculously. I'm getting goosebumps and it's so exciting. I'm getting that you might not even realize this, but you are a divine channel. You are a divine channel for the universe. You may be like me where you actually channel things. That might be a spiritual gift you have. Or it may just be that you are so much more plugged into source, to the universe, to the creator, to the divine than you realize you are because you've been plugged in your entire life. You came here with an extra strong connection to source, to the divine. And you don't know that necessarily. Some of you might have awakened to this already, but a lot of you here on this reading, you don't realize that your connection to source is stronger than most because you've lived with this connection your entire life. So sometimes that like little creative voice in the back of your head, or that little like, hey, you should do this, that, just kind of random thought, it's not usually a random thought for you. That's the divine. That's your guides. That's your higher self. That's God speaking through you, nudging you, go this way, do this thing. There's going to be something great over there. So I'm getting you've taken this connection for granted, and it's not because you've, been like, yeah, I'm connected, but I don't want to use that. That's not going to help me. It's more like you don't even realize how connected you are to the divine, how much of a channel you are, how much of a direct channel you have to divine guidance and inspiration. Wow. Like I'm getting almost teary-eyed in the most like beautiful, positive way, because I'm just like, I'm seeing how from this point on, you're going to start to know this more. You're going to start to realize this more. Wow, you are so connected. You are a divine channel. You're incredibly powerful with your connection too, which means that the universe is always there, always guiding you, and the answers are always there if you just open up and listen and you trust what comes through, right? And so doing that is going to be so key, and doing that more, doing it consciously, and doing it with the knowing and the confidence that you are a channel, you are a divine direct channel from source, is going to allow you to move faster and more deliberately with more conviction on the guidance that you get. And it's going to move you toward the millions so much faster. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful. We have 4 of Wands coming up for you. This is like, this is such a card of like harmony, right? Of belonging, of being, like oftentimes this is associated with family or with community. I see it again, just like this belonging you have with the divine, this belonging you have in a cosmic sense. Like you are so supported. I'm getting that you have a very potent, a very bigger than usual, like spirit team. You could have a lot of ancestors, a lot of past life. I just see a lot of guides. Like you are so incredibly supported. But again, I get the sense of like you don't realize how supported you actually are. Yeah, like we have our 5 of Cups, like this feeling of like feeling almost abandoned or unloved. It could be from things that have happened in your life. It could even feel like, financially, like the universe has abandoned you, or that, the money isn't there or whatever. But it's almost like the universe is like, you are so naturally supported. You were born with so much support that it's easy to not see it. It's almost like I keep getting this analogy of like a fish doesn't know what water is because it's everywhere around it. It's like, that's the thing, is you are so supported. You're so tapped in, but you don't even realize the extent to which you are because you are just immersed in it. You have been your whole life. You are wildly powerful, deck too. Like I just keep getting the need to tell you from my guides, you are so freaking powerful. You are a powerful creator when you wake up to your power. When you realize not everyone can do what you do. Not everyone has that level of divine direction and support. And when you start to trust it more, when you start to be continually tapped in and not doubting and realizing the ways you're already tapped into source and connected to the divine, like then you're going to move so much faster. You're going to move with more confidence, but you're also going to start to understand kind of the language the universe speaks. You're going to understand more. Wow, this is such a cool reading, but it's like you really are like meant to be walking in faith toward the abundance you desire. Now, I want to be clear, that doesn't mean that you just blindly move forward and you go, well, I heard it in a reading, I'm just supposed to walk in faith that the millions I want is coming. But it's more like, it's not in faith of the money coming, it's in faith, immersed in your connection to the divine, to the universe. You're meant to walk immersed in that, knowing that, reveling in it, trusting in it, and that will naturally lead you to the multi-millions. Again, this also comes through for those of you who do feel the call to, or already have, spiritual practices or businesses or work in some sort of industry or in some job or role where your spiritual gifts or connection is put at the forefront or is leveraged. It's like, that's extra amazing. And if you've been considering getting into something like that, this is that time to start researching that more, start taking steps more, start tuning into your inner guidance, into the divine more, to let yourself be led in that direction of what you need to do next to create that. You have the Elk and Ash, strength. You have so much strength. I was saying, you're so powerful. You are so strong. But wow, okay. The path to millions for you is going to require, from where you are now, a little bit of modest fortitude. So a little bit of rolling up your sleeves and getting to work on things. So yes, you are divinely led. Remember I said that's a huge piece for you, but not the only piece. And this is the other piece, is that your path to millions, it comes with a little bit of, I don't want to say hard work, okay? Because that's got a not great connotation. It's not that it comes with hard work, but it comes with you actually getting your hands in the clay. You actually building something. This could be literally. I see it more figuratively, like building a business, building an empire, building a career, building authority for yourself, but like you actually mastering things, you actually digging into something that you're passionate about, something that feels aligned by source, and then applying your strength to it, applying your commitment, your conviction to it, and really becoming, I see you making multi-millions through becoming a master at whatever it is you feel called and led to do by the divine. So whatever divine calling you feel you have, if you have one, continuing to go deeper into your mastery and not worrying about how do I leverage this to make multi-millions, but more how do I become a master at this? And when you have that mindset and that approach, your work will speak for itself. You will become undeniable, and you will also be magnetic to others, because people who see themselves as an expert, whether they actually are or not, which is a whole nother conversation about ethics when it comes to business, but people who see themselves as a master often can sell so much more and have so many more opportunities given to them for money, for business, for career, because that energy is magnetic. People want to hire someone or pay someone who they think, who feels like they know what they're doing. So for you, and because you're someone who walks in such integrity as well, is what I see, it is important for you to truly feel like you are a master at what you do, so that you can successfully either sell your offerings, your services, or sell yourself, like in terms of interviews or things like that, to companies, right? Or prospective people who want to hire you or contract you. So, wow, this is powerful. Really, the key here is connection to the divine and to your higher self, to source, to God first. And then from there, looking at, okay, what is my divine calling? What is on my heart? What do I feel called? What is my calling in this lifetime? Or at least just what excites me? What expands me now? And pursuing that, right? And really digging your hands into it and figuring out, for some of you, I get that you don't know what you want to dig into. Then your work right now at this point on your path to millions is to start getting curious and start using your connection to the divine to start exploring and playing with and experimenting with different things that might excite you, different callings that could be your purpose, so that you can find that thing and then really double down on it and dig into it and become a master of it. And you might master multiple things this lifetime too, but what's the next thing, right? For those of you who already know what your calling is, I'm getting at the guidance is now it's like go deeper. Even if you already are like, I'm a master at it, you can still master it more. There is no end to it. Or can you expand it? Can you add in a different modality or aspect to it that no one has ever done? Can you blend two things together and become the only master at that thing and completely lead a new path and trailblaze in a new way? So you are meant to really, the way your multi-million, your millions come, at least the first millions, I'm saying other millions might come differently for you, but at least the next millions that you manifest, it's coming from you walking in faith, answering your soul's calling, and becoming a master at it. Mastering it. Now, the reason I said I didn't want to use the word hard work is because it's not going to feel like hard work. It will feel like commitment. It will feel like devotion. Really, that's the word. It'll feel like devotion to yourself, to your higher self, to your calling. It'll feel like devotion. And there might be times where, yeah, some of it's challenging and some of it makes you doubt yourself. But overall, as long as you're staying connected and really remembering your connection to source and remembering that you're being divinely guided, like you will naturally find that strength to move forward. But you're going to do things. I get that you're going to move mountains. Wow. You're going to move mountains. You're going to do things in this lifetime by mastering whatever you feel called to master. You're going to do things that just like people look at it and they're like, how did you do this? How are you like this superhuman who could accomplish this feat or be this good at what you do? Like you're in a class of your own is what I'm getting. And when they start talking about you like that, that's when then the money's going to come shortly after that. Like that's the sign I'm getting that precedes all the millions coming in. It's like when people start looking at you and lots of more and more people in your industry, in your company, in your field, in your life, start looking at you going like, how on earth did you do this? Like, I am mind blown looking at you. And whoa, like, how did you do that? You are really in a class of your own. That's what I keep getting. So when you start hearing that sort of stuff, that's when you know the million, keep going because the millions are just around the corner. That's what precedes it for you. Let's see what else we have. We have obstacle, find another road, flexibility, change. Ooh. So when you come across obstacles along this path, because there will be them, like I just said, sometimes there will be the challenges, the things that feel hard, the things that maybe you don't always love fully doing 100%, but you know they're in service of your purpose, which you do feel fully aligned with and lit up by, right? But when you do find those obstacles, do not let them stop them. And it's easy, I think sometimes, I see this especially with people who are very tuned in to the divine and spiritually, their connection is so strong, like yours is. They sometimes, when they're listening to that connection and then they meet a roadblock, it makes them question their connection. Because they're like, well, if I were so tapped into the divine, everything would move perfectly and smoothly, right? And so I must not have actually been tapped in. I must not have actually been divinely led, or else I wouldn't be hitting this obstacle. Not true. The universe delivers us obstacles to strengthen us, to help us cultivate things within ourselves that are going to actually get us to the abundance we desire, to help us redirect to a better way of doing it, an easier way, a more aligned way, a more abundant way. So any obstacles are also divinely placed, and you get to remember that, and then either find another road, become flexible, change things, change your perspective, right? But don't let anything question your connection to source, to the divine. And don't let anything make you question whether you're meant for what you feel called to do, for what you feel called to master. You wouldn't be meant for it if you didn't have the desire, then you wouldn't be meant for it. But because you have the desire, you are meant for it. It's easy to think like people, I have clients sometimes come to me because I have very high-end mentorship for people who are already successful and then taking things to a new level. And they sometimes, as they're taking things to a new level with their business, with their income, they often will say things like, they'll be like, well, if I were meant for this, then it wouldn't be so hard. And I'm like, no, incorrect. You're meant for this because you're willing to take it on when it is hard, right? And they also say things like, sometimes I see this doubt come up a lot in people where they say, if I were meant for, like, everyone wants to do this, right? And I'm like, no, not everyone wants to do that. Like, for example, I have people who they're like, I just want to be paid to talk on stages, and because they've already done a lot of things, now they just want to get paid to go to speaking events, and so we're working on, aligning with that or opening that up for them. And I'll tell them, I'm like, it's not that everyone wants to do that. Like, there are some people who have just as much wisdom and mastery as you do, and that is the last thing they want to do. Like, even myself. I love to speak. I don't, at least at this moment in time, I have no interest in going and speaking on stages. It's not to say I won't ever. That could change tomorrow. But for now, it's like that has not been a desire of mine. Do I have a desire to write oracle decks, to be seen by millions on the internet? Yes. But physically traveling somewhere and speaking on stages right now is not a calling for me. But it is for some of my clients. It is for other people, right? But we often think because it feels like such a dream to us that we could get paid or make multi-millions doing that thing, that of course everyone would want it. No, not everyone wants it. Not everyone wants what you want. The desire is placed on your heart because it's meant for you. So don't doubt that. Even when the obstacles come up, oftentimes those obstacles, again, are redirecting you to what you want in an even better way. See, court the too good and true. Look at everything along your path as divinely placed for you. This is a lot of what we're working on actually right now in my Wealth 5 membership with our main character money challenge. But just this concept of everything is for you. Everything is created for you to get you to the abundance that you desire, to get you to the multi-millions. When you start looking at everything coming in, especially with you, Deck 2, with your connection to the divine, you are so divinely led, but maybe you haven't ended up exactly where you want to be, or that next level of abundance, those millions that you're pursuing next, like maybe they are not coming and it feels like things are not working. I'm not divinely connected. But if you shift that perspective to look at actually that setback I had, that unexpected expense, that unexpected departure from that company I was working for, getting laid off, whatever it is, that unexpected failed launch in my business, it's like, what if actually that happened for me? What if it happened for me because there's something even better that I meant to see? I meant to go a different way, and the universe was just plopping down something divinely, so I didn't go down a path that wasn't going to serve me, was going to maybe burn me out, wasn't going to get me to the millions that I desire, right? So, court the too good and true. What if everything is working out for you? What if everything is a blessing divinely designed with your strong connection to the universe to more quickly get you where you want to go, and all that's required is your cooperation and that perspective of it from you, right? Grow belonging. So it's interesting because we had our Four of Wands over here too, which is that sense of like feeling at home, feeling like we are in union and harmony with the people around us. Like, we have that community and the sense of community too. I get that for you, part of your path of millions will, it could be either one. Take whichever of these messages resonate, because I see this like a fork in the road, and it could be kind of both for some of you. But as you start to build more success and you build more mastery, you might feel called to create a community of people who want to learn from you. A community of people, you might be the creator of a community, right? And that community could also lead to millions, whether it's through the opportunities within that community that you cultivate and create, or whether it's because it's something that's monetized, like you're teaching people what you've done, or you've created some sort of like online community, or, you know, physical networking event or something like that. So creating that community could be part of your, what makes you millions, right? But I also get that for some of you, the other message for this, so again, take whichever of these resonates the most with you right now. But for some of you, it could be that in order to help you get to where you're going to be, really master whatever your soul's calling is and your purpose is right now, it might be that it's going to benefit you to be around other people who are also mastering it, or who have similar desires, or at least are on the path of mastery themselves, even if it's mastering something different, but you have people to kind of like commiserate with, to support one another, to cheer each other on, right? So joining some sort of mastermind or networking community or something like that, right? So that can be powerful too. But I'm feeling like you're belonging, because I do get that not everyone in your life is this connected to source, to the divine. And so if the people around you are saying like, you can't just trust what feels good to you, or you can't just, like, who's going to pay you for mastering that or whatever, it's like any of those go find the people who are going to be your biggest cheerleaders, right? So it could be that you create community, could be that community supports you, that feeling of belonging supports you on your way and makes it easier and faster for you to move to the millions and to the multi-millions that you're destined for. But it's up to you to decide for now which one of those paths is true for you. And if you are looking for community, my Wealth by membership, great place for that. Really low cost way to be in community with people who are working on, just who love being immersed in the energy of money and abundance and growth in that area. If you're looking for the high level mentorship, I have a group mentorship where there's those sort of people who are in there doing that sort of thing, and also my private mentorship. So those links are below for you. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. I don't feel like this is quite complete yet. Let's just grab a couple quick ones from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. Let's see what we have for you. We have Divine Surrender. I'm surrendering to the divine, right? And the student, becoming a master at what you do. Studying, you're still in the student phase. There's still so much more for you to master. So right now it's like your focus really is like surrender to your divine purpose. Quite literally, the words on this card, divine surrender, surrender to the purpose of your soul, of the divine, whatever you're feeling nudged to when you connect with source, and whatever the source is giving you, whatever your intuition is guiding you to, that you keep coming back to, that you desire. Surrender to it. Surrender to being a student right now. You are in a student phase. You're in a learning phase. You will be a perpetual student though. This is the thing. You will always be a student. But as you start to really intentionally more master what your purpose is, and like mastering, becoming a master at it, you will get to a point where you'll also need to see yourself both as a student and a master. You will always be learning and you'll always be expanding, because that's how you are. That's what you're meant to do in this lifetime. But you also will sometimes need to claim the title of master, of expert, right? And not always be, I'm still in the learning stages. So if you feel like you've been learning a lot and you've mastered a lot, but you're not seeing yourself as an expert, this could be a sign that it's like you're actually ready for the millions, but the shift that needs to come from within you, within your kind of self-concept, is not like I'm always learning because there's more to learn. I've learned a lot and I'll continue to learn, but I am an expert at this. I am at the top of my game. I am at the top of my field. I am one of the greats. And owning that, and then positioning yourself that way when you interview, when you ask for a raise, when you pitch your services, when you promote your business, whatever it is. But don't forget that you're always learning. So again, this is this fork in the road of take whichever meaning for you right now. But where you are, do you feel like it's time to just focus on the studying, on becoming a master and expert of your purpose, of your calling? Or do you feel like you've learned enough and you get to continue learning, but now you need to also claim that you're amazing at what you do? Okay, sorry, my camera cut out as I pulled this last card for y'all, but here is your last card. I am the architect of my fortunes, and the universe is the Builder. This is just like the perfect card for us to end on. This is the perfect reminder that it's like you are so connected to the universe. Like your desires are the universe's desires. The universe's desires are your desires. Like you are so led and connected in this lifetime, and the more that you focus on just answering the call of your soul, the more the universe is going to naturally bring you the recognition, the people who are saying you're in a class of your own, the people who are just like amazed at who you are and who want to basically throw money at you. And the more the opportunities, the more the millions start to come in. It's like the promotions, the recognition, the awards, it's like everything flows. So it's, again, for you, there is so much of like, you are just so meant to be someone who walks in that connection to their divine. Like this is the path to the millions for you, is walking in faith. And when I say walking in faith, it's like walking in the faith that your desires are meant for you and that you are meant to be one of the most amazing people in whatever you are drawn to do. So go forth, right? Embrace that. Really own that you are so connected to the divine and you are here to master amazing things and be compensated for that mastery. Be compensated for your expertise. All right. So deck number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope if you did that you'll be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below. Let me know what you took from it. Let me know how it resonated. You are, of course, also welcome to subscribe to my channel for videos to help you activate more abundance in your life. And I will leave the link below for the Cosmic Wealth Codes deck and journal. We have a guided journal that goes along with the deck. When you order, you also get the exclusive Cosmic Wealth Code Subliminal as a free gift. You just have to submit proof of purchase to my team to claim those. So I will leave the link to do that below as well. And I'll also leave the link and discount code for the bracelets I'm wearing that I mentioned at the very beginning of the video. And with all that being said, I'm wishing you so much love and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Hello, deck number 3. This is your reading to see what your path to millions looks like. We are starting this reading with a card from my new Cosmic Wealth Codes affirmation deck, which is now officially out of pre-order and hitting bookstores around the world, which I'm so excited about. So in that celebratory energy, we're going to use it to get your first card pull and the kind of the indicator message from the universe of what your path to millions looks like. Ooh, we have the more authentic I am to my soul, the more money comes to me. Ooh, wow, okay. I'm getting this message of like, do you know how unique you are? Pile 3, do you understand that you have been given such a gift in this lifetime? Like you were born with this almost like, I'm getting like rock star celebrity frequency. Like you are someone that it's like your voice, your way of being, your way of expressing yourself is so unique, and it is such a gift. Like it is a gift with the way you express yourself. Like the big thing that's coming through here is that the more, like as this says, the more authentic you are to yourself, the richer you get in this life. And I'm getting that you're meant to share your unique perspectives, your unique opinions, your unique way of being, your unique brand of humor, your unique perspective, your message. You might have a message you're here to share with the world, like a mission that you're on. You might just be here with just like, I just love making people laugh, and everywhere I go, that's what I want to do. And it's like, but you are meant to just be so authentic to you, because you're meant to be kind of like this spark for people. You're meant to, by you being you, inspire them to be them, or by you sharing your message, you're meant to awaken things in people. Like you are someone who people, they just look at and they're like, you are so different, or I'm so drawn to you when you are anchored in your authenticity of your own self, of your soul's expression. And so this can be something that can make you millions. Like it can make you infinitely wealthy in whatever you do, is what I'm getting. Like you're someone where it's like, no matter what you do, you can be successful in it if you do it your way, which is the caveat, right? If you do it your way, if you do it in a way that's authentic to you. This means even if you're working for a company, you could end up being that highest earner at that company, being the person who's paid the most, as long as you're doing you there, right? Like you're authentic to you because it's your authenticity that's going to get you paid. That's what you get paid for in this lifetime. Not everyone is here to be paid for being who they are. And I want to really clarify that because I do believe that everyone has the potential to be incredibly wealthy. I do believe everyone should be true to who they are along that journey and do things that feel aligned for them to get them to that abundance. But for some people, it's their mastery. Some people, it's their compassion. Some people, it's their willingness to go outside the box and to show people a new way that gets them paid, right? For you, you are literally paid to be you. It's you being authentic and just expressing yourself the way that you want to express yourself. That's what makes you rich, right? That's what makes you insanely wealthy in this lifetime. Other people just being them, that's part of the equation, but that's not the thing they're being paid for. It's like their expertise, their mastery, their whatever, right? For you, it's like you can literally do anything, and as long as you are fully being you doing it, there is the potential to make a lot of money there, to be widely compensated, because you just have this magnetic personality. You have this like insanely different way of being, of seeing the world, of saying things, of doing things. Some of you I see like with your voice, like your voice is so powerful. Could be podcasting, could be singing, could be performing, could be, giving speeches, things like that. But also for some of you, I see this is more just like the way you dress, the way you style your hair, the humor you bring to any situation, your weird, quirky perspective on things. Like that is what people are drawn to. That is what sets you apart, and it's what makes people just want to like throw money at you or like give you the job or, work with you. It's like it's your unique flair that is the moneymaker for you. And this isn't to say you don't ever master anything or you don't ever, shift any paradigms or whatever, that other people are here to do. But it's like your path to millions. It's like the more you can just let yourself be you and see that being you is such a gift because it is a permission slip for others. And because it also lets your messages and whatever you're doing land in a different way because people are going to filter and perceive it differently because of who you're being when you do it. It's like, when you can understand that and own that and show up fully anchored in that truth, that it's like me being all of me is all that's required of me to make an impact and to be wealthy. It's like when you can be so anchored in that, then that's the reality you start to create and that the universe gets to deliver to you. But this requires a lot of confidence, right? It requires a lot of owning who you are. It requires a lot of being okay with being different. Okay, let's get some more cards out here. We have our Six of Wands in reverse. So, oh, wow. Okay, the universe is saying, like, my Arrow Collective's coming in, and they're saying, whenever you've been told in the past that you are too much or not enough in some way, or too loud, not loud enough, you are, like the way you want to present yourself, the way you want to be in the world, who you are at your core, your authentic expression, whenever you've been told, whether this was by parents, caregivers, teachers, friends, society, but like whenever you've been told that you were incorrect for being you, that you are not enough, like I'm just getting this like, we are so sorry. We are so sorry. Don't let that define you, right? Like that is the shadow of people who you like. That's what happens. Those are the kind of people that people become when they've been told they're not enough, when they've been told they have to be a certain way. And it doesn't make it right or excuse that they did that to you and tried to get you to shove your magic down. But that's exactly why the world needs you to be you, so that those people are liberated, so that other people don't end up like that, so other people don't have to experience what you experienced, right? Like you being you is an amazing, beautiful act of personal power, of rebellion, right? So anywhere where you feel like that lack of confidence, this like fear of being you and that it'll lead to failure, the universe is saying that's the shadow side. That's when the shadow has like overcome you, right? But you get to know that none of that is true. None of what anyone else has said about your personal expression being wrong is true. You are here to be paid for being you. You are here to be authentic to you. And so there may be some healing that you're being called to do. There may be some healing. If you haven't done any healing around where you've been told you're not enough or not good enough or you shouldn't be this way or do the things that feel authentic to you, if you haven't done any healing around that, that's going to be a big part of your journey. That's a big thing for you to look at if this resonates, right? That you feel like there are some things to heal around there. If you have done some of that healing, this is just a reminder that that healing will probably be ongoing on your journey. Healing's always an ongoing thing. We're never fully healed, but you don't have to be fully healed to make millions, right? But that might be the next step for you if you're at that point, right? Where it's like, okay, I need to heal, right? Before you can go on to the millions. It's like healing that so that this fullest expression of yourself can come forward. Because again, that's your moneymaker. That's what's getting you paid. That's your it factor. That's the je ne sais quoi that you have, is who you are. That's like what you get paid for, is your it factor, is your authentic expression. No one can replicate that. No one can duplicate it. You are just in a completely different league because there's no one else to compete with, because it's just you. And when you let all of that shine, and whether that's just in how you show up to your day job, or whether that's in the business you build, or in the way you share things, or the podcast you want to create, or the messages you share, or the kind of music you do, or your unique voice, it's like, it doesn't matter, but that's what you get paid for. And so healing anything that stands in the way of you fully letting that go, like fully letting that rip, letting that shine through. So that might be a next step or something that you need to come back to over time. But the universe is saying none of that is true. That's all a shadow coming from other people, right? So you are enough. You are enough. And it's, the world wants you, the universe asks you, is begging you to be authentically you. That's what's going to get you paid. We also have our Nine of Wands, right? It's like, this has made you so resilient. This telling you that you're not enough, it's made you so resilient, right? Like, and that's really the message you take from it, is it's like anywhere where you've been told that being you isn't correct and that you need to dim it down or tone it down or water it down or be a different way, that's actually, it's not meant to hinder you. It's been meant to make you even stronger, to love who you are even harder and say, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm someone who loves who I am and who isn't like that tells people that they shouldn't be how they are, right? So you are, wow, you're just amazing. You're like someone that it's like you're the life of the party when you let yourself be. You are someone who is so endlessly fascinating to others. You are someone that people want to know, that they're magnetized to. You have that it factor. It's the best way I can say it. You have the it factor, right? So really owning that and knowing that that's the thing that'll make you millions. That's the thing that makes the person say, I want to hire you over this other person who has the exact same qualifications. I want to work with you versus this other person in your industry. It's like, it's you. You're the secret ingredient. That's what keeps coming through. Wow. We have the butterfly and snowdrop, hope. And we also have the beaver and birch, home. It's going to be so important for you to feel at home in who you are, right? Again, but even this like sense of hope that you give others in being so comfortable in your own skin, comfortable in your message, comfortable in your point of view, expressing yourself exactly how you want to express yourself, whether that's the way you dress, the way you speak, what you do, the way you market, whatever it is, right? The way you show up and talk to your coworkers. It's like, but be you, be unapologetically you. Like, yeah, I get that. This is really, really beautiful. This is the key to the millions for this is the path. Get some more on that. See what this path looks like beyond just like, this is really powerful. And I feel like the key essence of like you get paid for your authentic self, right? But we have ancestral messages, connection, belonging, ask for help. Okay, so along the way, you're not meant to do it alone. Even though you are meant to be all of you and uniquely you, you're also meant to have support along the way. You're not meant to do it all on your own, right? So some of this is there's ancestors, right? Ancestrally from the other side, from non-physical, who want to help you, who are supportive of you. I'm getting the message coming through for some of you that if there's there's a loved one in your family that's passed, that you wonder if they're approving of what you're doing. Maybe they wouldn't have been in life, but on the other side they are, right? And those of you who had people who, you're wondering, what they would think of what you're doing now, the answer is an emphatic yes, or what you desire to do and who you have become and who you want to be, right? And that authentic version of you. But it is important for you to also not just ask for help from non-physical, from your ancestors, though that is important, and they can guide you on this path. So doing some ancestral work might help you also with the healing ancestral wounds, but might help you get you closer to further down that path to the millions that you're destined for, right? And that's possible for you. But also asking for help, creating belonging, having support, right? So this could be the support in terms of healing. It could be mental health professional, therapist. It could be just the support of friends and family. The support of, I'm getting a lot of like chosen family, a lot of building the connection and finding the belonging that you seek. So some of you, if your families aren't as supportive of you being all of you, make sure you find the people who are. Find your home, right? Find your family. It doesn't have to be the family you were born into, right? But there are people out there who just want you to be you, who are desperately looking for someone who's as amazing as you are in the way that you are, and who are just going to be so lit up and so enamored and so in love with who you are, right? Truly at your soul, when you let that come through, or come through even more. And if you feel like you're like, I'm already pretty embodied in being all of me, then this is it's like I'm getting that message of like the next step is now asking for help, asking for support. This also could be mentorship with someone. This could be someone in your field or who's done something similar to what you want to do, or is in the industry you want to be in, asking them to guide you. This could be finding a community of like-minded people, right? My Wealth by membership is fantastic for this, as well as my mentorship. I have group mentorship if you want to be around people who are also building something authentic to them. But wherever that is for you, right? Like finding that belonging is going to be so important, because even though you are meant to stand out, you are meant to be paid for standing out, for being all of you, you're also not meant to go it all alone. Like you're supposed to have emotional support. You're supposed to have guidance. You're supposed to have people who can help you. Really, like for you, the point of connection and belonging is more of the point of like keeping you feeling confident in being who you are, and not letting any of the naysayers or the haters get to you, right? So finding people who can hold that and who can remind you of the brilliance of who you are truly down in your depths of your soul, right? So because like when you lose that connection to who you are, when you doubt, when you wobble in being all of you, whether this is in your messaging in your business, or in the kind of music you want to put out there, or in how you think you have to behave at the office because you don't want to be unpalatable to people. It's like when you let that connection to your authenticity slip, the money slips too, right? Like everything in your life, it's like the more connected you are to you, and the more expressed you are in that, the more people just like want to give you the money, the opportunities, the promotions. They want to hire you, right? Like they're so magnetized toward you. Again, rock star status, celebrity status. Wow, interesting. We also have create intentional solitude. I'm getting this as like isolating away from the people who tell you, because it's coming out over here, who tell you that being you isn't enough, right? So creating solitude from those people, but finding your connection in your home where like it's welcome, where you are really meant to be, where you get to shine, where you're appreciated. So making sure also your environments are very important, right? Like your environments are super important is what I'm getting. Your environments really, like you might be an empath, highly sensitive person. Human design, you could be one of the rare reflectors, right? But like you are someone that you pick up a lot from the environment you're in, and it's easy to get lost in the energy of the environment you're in, the mindset of the environment you're in, rather than, being in your authentic expression. And so when you find yourself in situations, environments, whether those are physical or online, making sure that you remove yourself from situations where it's hard to be all of you, not because it's a challenge for you, but because that's not the culture there. That's not the environment there. Like go where you're welcome, and the money's going to be there too, right? Always, always, always. We also have wear your party hat. So again, just like going those places where you are celebrated, right? There are those spaces, and it's just your willingness to go find them and to leave behind the places that don't feel like home, that don't feel like you can inspire hope there, that don't feel like you're connected or you belong. It's like don't try to make yourself fit into those spaces. Don't try to wait for those spaces or those environments or those groups or those companies to wake up and see you. It's like you see you, and then you go where you can be seen, right? Or create even the areas where you can be seen. Maybe you're going to innovate some sort of social media platform or something else. That could be where the millions are. But for you, it's like go where you are celebrated. Do not stay where you're not. They're not worth your time. They're not ready for your gifts. They're not ready. Go to the people who are ready for you, right? And where you feel like you belong. But I just see like you being you, your unique frequency you carry in everything you do. When you really own that, and you're confident in it, and you accept that, and you ride that wave of it. Like, it's like you are undeniable. You are one of a kind. You are magnetic. People just want to be around you because of you, right? You get paid to be you. Like, I can't express enough how much the universe is like, you are a freaking celebrity. Own it. Act like it in your everyday life. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, we have the adventurer card. Yeah, I do see that where you are right now, unless it is somewhere that you do feel celebrated. If you don't feel celebrated there, this is not where the money is. This is not where the millions is. Just start looking at how can you start moving to where your authenticity can be completely celebrated. Go on an adventure of that, right? I see an adventure for you in that sense of that adventure to find that place. Some of you might have already gone through this adventure and ended up where you are celebrated in the industry, in the job, in the friend group, right, where you are celebrated for being all of you, authentically you. But if you haven't undergone that journey yet, that's probably coming and will be necessary on your path. We also have sacred stillness. It's going to be really important because we live in a world that tells us you have to be this way to be successful in this industry, or you have to look like this to be successful here, or you have to, speak this way, or do this, or sound this way in order to make it in this industry, because we have a lot of that programming thrown at us all the time. And again, you're very sensitive, like I was saying, to environments, and it's so important for you to be in an environment where your authenticity can thrive. So it's also going to be important for you to regularly, like a big part of your day is taking silence, taking sacred stillness, being in stillness with yourself to come back to who you are almost every single day, right? Even if it's just for a minute or two in the morning, a minute or two at night, but coming back to like, who am I? What feels authentic to me? What feels like freedom to me? And what I want to say and what I want to do and what I want to wear and how I want to style my hair, all the things. What feels like me. Not what feels like I've been told I should be. You're meant to do things your way. You're meant to dance to the beat of your own drummer. You're meant to be doing things outside of what others are doing, because you're meant to be like that spark that other people are like, whoa, I want to be more me. Your bravery of being you makes me brave enough to be all of me. And I think that the more that we're all of who we are, the better world we have, right? Let's get you one last card to send you on your way with from our Cosmic Wealth Codes deck. This moment and every moment is designed to bring me closer to the abundance I desire. So everything, everywhere where you feel like you haven't belonged, or like you've been told you're not good enough, or where you feel like your authenticity, your message, you being you hasn't been celebrated, that happened in a way for you, right? To help you get clear on where you do belong, on what is your truest expression. It was never meant to come your way in order to tell you from the universe to stop being you. It's the opposite. It's like it was meant to show you where you need to be, where you need to position yourself to have the greatest impact, to be fully celebrated for who you are, and to be compensated for who you are, to be paid for who you are, right? Like, honestly, I see for you the path to millions. You might be someone who it's like you're a TV personality, you're a radio host, you're an artist. It's like you just get paid for doing the thing that comes naturally to you. You just get paid for being you. For chatting, you could be an influencer. It's like just paid for existing, right? It's like that's a lot of the energy I get from you from this reading. So wherever you feel like you're like, I have to learn this skill, or I have to be the master at this, or I have to be expert at this, or I have to do things in this radical way or this really strategic way, it's like all of that is not necessary. Any of that can help support you making more money, but like really the thing that's going to make you the money is you being you. Is you being all of you, because you are so just unique. I keep seeing like someone with like not all of you, clearly, right? Like this is a collective reading. Thousands of people see this, but I see that it's like this example I'm being given of like, you are someone with like purple hair. You have like, maybe you got tattoos. Maybe you like have this unique style of fashion. You have this unique way of speaking. It's like, there's just this element of like one of a kind to you. Like, there's no one like you. You're someone that when you walk down, people are like, who is that? Even if you don't present yourself in terms of like your outward appearance as really outside of the norm, it's like just your energy, the way you walk, the way you laugh, the way you talk, the way you smile at people, the way you hold eye contact, the way you listen. It's like there's just these, I just saw 22 on my phone, so it's a nice confirmation of this. But there's just these like things about you that are so magnetic, so different that catch people's eye and they're like, whoa, who are you? And they can't get you out of their head when you've left. And that's when you're owning your frequency, you're owning your vibe, you're owning who you are. And that's, again, like I said earlier in the reading, that's what gets you hired above the other people. That's what makes people want to subscribe to your channel, to listen to your podcast above anyone else's. That's what makes people choose you in an oversaturated market. You could, like I said earlier, you could do anything and be successful at it if you own your unique vibe within it, your unique personal brand, your unique expression of yourself. You get paid for being you. Wow. So cool. That's where the millions are for you. That's where the millions are for you. Deck 3. It's when you fully embrace yourself, heal whatever you need to heal to get there, leave the places that don't support you in that, find the people that can support you in keeping you connected to your authentic expression, even helping you uncover more of that, helping you get that out there, which again, if that's you, maybe my high level mentorship could be for you, or group mentorship potentially if you're already creating success in your life. But finding that kind of community, going where you're celebrated, putting yourself in those markets, those industries in front of those people, shifting away from where you aren't welcome, and then always continually every day being in practice of who am I? What's true for me? What's aligned for me? Who am I today? What do I want to say? What do I want to create? Right? Who am I? So powerful. That's where the millions are for you. Wow. Amazing. Okay, Deck 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below, letting me know what you took from it. Let me know how it resonated. You are, of course, welcome to subscribe to my channel for videos to help you activate more abundance in your life. I will be sure to leave the link below for the Cosmic Wealth Codes deck and the accompanying guided journal that we've also created alongside it. And when you order the deck or journal, you also get the exclusive Cosmic Wealth Code subliminals that I created as a gift for free. You just have to submit proof of purchase to my team to claim those. So I will leave the links below to do that as well. I will also leave the link and discount code for the bracelets that I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. That'll be below as well. So with all of that being said, I am wishing you so much love and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.